Being a first year teacher right now is crazy. Being a teacher at all is crazy right now. But here are some basics for Google Classroom for you first year teachers. Help me out by liking, subscribing, and turning notifications on. Okay, so this is my Google Classroom. Before we knew we were changing to Schoology, I'd already made some classes that I was playing around with to get ready for this school year. So I have some here. I also have other things whited out on my screen at the moment. I don't think the people would care because they are all adults, but just to be safe, I kind of blurred them out so that you couldn't see who they were. All right, so this is your classroom page. If you don't have any classes or you've never joined classes, you're going to see a screen like this. All right. If you have, maybe you had to join a Google Classroom for your training or something like that, so you have some classes here. So to create a class, all right, so we would go over to the plus sign. You have an option to join or create. If you join a class, it's going to ask you for the classroom code. Even teachers can join classes. Maybe you want to join the class of one of your colleagues to look at their Google Classroom, or maybe, again, your district has made a training and you need to join the class. That's how you would do that. And sometimes they will just send a mass email out for you to click and join, so that could be easier that way. All right, if you create a class, all you got to do is create a title. You do not have to fill in this other stuff unless you just absolutely want to. And then that's all you need. You click create and boom, there's your class. All right, now that's just part of the basics. We have more to keep going. So over here on the right, left, I'm sorry. Make sure to left. Okay, so over on the left side of the screen, we have the classes I'm teaching, my calendar, the classes I'm enrolled in. I can get quick access to go to any of those. And if you have taught more than 1 year and you archived a class, you can go back and look at that as well. All right, so let's hop into a class. So this is what a class looks like. You'll have some generic background here. You can click the theme on it and you have some different options here that you can click from. A lot of people are putting their Bitmoji pictures there right now. It's always going to have that kind of black tint to it. Sorry, I left the blurs up there a little longer. So if you didn't see that, the select theme is right there. But it's always going to have some kind of black tint to it. There's a few videos out there about how to like remove it temporarily, but it doesn't bother me. But right now, with everybody using Bitmojis, it's a problem for some people. So again, your title of your class, this is your class code. This is what you would give your students to join if you did it in class and you wanted to pull, that's kind of tiny. You can click this little square here and boom, blows up for you. Nice and easy. This is a new feature they just added when all the COVID stuff happened. You can generate a Google Meet link. Now some schools are using Zoom right now, but if they were to run out and not re-up or pay for Zoom, because the paid version that they're giving everybody for free right now is gonna run out eventually. I think at the end of August of this year. So if you're a Google school already, you might transfer to Google Meets, and you can generate a link just for your class, and you can toggle it off and on to where kids can't even click on it unless you want them to click on it. And I'll show you that later on in the video. So upcoming work, this kind of shows you the assignments that are due for the kids. The kids also have this, so that's nice. You can communicate with your class here. If you wanted to just share with them some sort of item, maybe an announcement, hey, test on Thursday or Friday, you could do that. You can also do this for more than one class. So if you had your classes split up by a third period, you had the same class third and sixth period, all right, I could click on both of those, send the announcement at the same time, I would be good to go. Okay, if you wanted to add a Google Drive assignment or a link or a file or a YouTube video, you can do that here. I will warn you, on the YouTube video, I would probably try to find the URL and copy my own video. If you search here, this is YouTube search algorithms, and sometimes they are hard to find the videos that you would like. So, moving on, if I wanted to post this, a reminder test on Friday, and let's say I wanted, this was in advance, and I wanted it to post maybe Sunday afternoon, I could schedule it, all right, to post. It would ask for the date and the specific time of the day. The only problem is when you try to schedule an announcement, you cannot schedule for more than one class. You would have to do that individually. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. So moving on, again, we're not going to try to get too far into this, just basics for first year teachers. If you made it with me this far and you think you like this, if you would like it, share it with your maybe the people you went to college with. That would be great. I want to help as many people as I can with this. So I don't want to post that. Classwork. All right, that's my next tab. So I want to go to Classwork. This is where, so I'm going to delete this because just to show you how I did it. All right, you can assign your classwork here. Now, my school system paid for Cami. So Cami is a software that changes things to PDFs, and they can add text boxes and annotate over them. It is, to get the best of it, you do have to pay for it, and it's something your district would have to pay for. So that may not be there for you. So don't worry if that's not there. You can create an assignment here, title, instructions, add Google Docs, that sort of thing right there. You can also create a quiz if you'd like. Question, if you wanted to post a quick question to the kids just to answer real fast, some sort of chat type thing. Material, maybe you just wanted to send them a PowerPoint to look at and you don't want them to do anything else. You just want them to click on the PowerPoint, open it, and follow along on their screen. You could do that. Or just push out a PDF or something to them. And you can reuse a post from any other class. So anything that I've archived, anything like that, I can push out an assignment there from my reuse. Topics are a way to organize your page. So as you saw earlier, I had a bell ringer topic up here. So if I wanted to put any kind of bell ringers, I could put it under this heading. And then if I wanted to make another topic, that I could put, homework, or you could spell it out if you'd like. And I have two, and I can drag them and rearrange them if I want them on a different order. But these are the same way your kids will see them, so that they can see, oh, these are all my bell ringers, these are all my homework assignments. When I first started teaching, this was not an option on Google Classroom, and so this was a great addition for those of you using Google Classroom this year. Keep it organized for your kids. It's a lot easier for them to find stuff when you do it that way. All right, so moving on to the next tab, People. This is where you can see your students. If you had a co-teacher or another teacher you wanted to add, you could do that here by just sending them an email to accept an invite, or you can give them the code if you'd like. Students, I can't show you any of my students, but when you have students here, or you can add them via their email. Maybe you have a student that struggles maybe to type the code in, or they were out the day that you got everybody to join your Google Classroom. You can send them an invite link. What's cool about this also with Google Classroom is you can include a parent's email. Once you add the student and they've accepted the invite, you can add a parent's email here to where they can look at updates, and you have an option in the settings to send them reports and things, which I'll show you in just a little while. But it's a really awesome feature. Sometimes maybe like our iNow, where we grade and put grades and post grades and all that stuff, our school system that I'm at now does a good job of collecting emails from students, so we can get them from there. But before that, or at times, I send a paper home asking the parents to send me their email so I can insert it manually. So that's an option as well. But it's really good for those parents that want to keep track of their kids, and we all know that those parents are helpful to us. Grades, this is where they would show up when you put grades in. So there's more on grades in the settings tab. So last thing we're going to do, just so you know that this 9 dot's the same, this works the same as any other button. But the settings, again, we've already talked about, you don't need these other 4 options unless you just really want to have them. So you're more than welcome to. Invite codes, that was on the main page. You can disable the code if you would like, so that nobody can join. If you have everybody in there and you don't want, little Timmy's cousin from Georgia or a different state joining your class just for kicks and giggles, then you might want to disable the code. I've never had that issue, but if you needed to, again, you can copy the link to send it via email, and you have one more button to pull the code up nice and big on your projector screen if you'd like to in class. This one is a big one for me. I don't like students posting on the stream, but I will allow them to comment as long as they don't abuse their privileges. And then I will sometimes put it on only teachers until they can learn a little bit of etiquette, because we do have issues with that sometimes with some of our students. And that's everywhere, I'm sure. So you just use your discretion on that. Here's Classwork on the stream. You can make it to where that it shows up everything classwork related on the stream if you want, or you can hide all and make the students just go to Classwork tab every single time if you would like to. That's totally up to you. It's your preference. This is only for you. If you would like to see your deleted items, you can do that. Maybe you deleted something and you wanted to go back and find it and copy it and retweak it or something. You could use that there if you would like. Guardian summaries, you can click here and it'll kind of give you an example and a breakdown of what that does for the parents. But this is what you would toggle so the parents could see more stuff when they use that email address and sign in to their Google Classroom. Again, this is one more place you can generate that Google Meet links similar to Zoom. And this is where you can toggle it off and on so that your students can't see it unless you want them to see it. And here at the bottom we have grading. So you can do no overall grade. So like if you don't even want to fool with the grades in Classroom, you don't have to. Because sometimes if Google Classroom is not going to be what your actual grade is, and it's just like a part of what you're doing, you might not even want to do grades. That way parents don't bother you about it. Or you can do total points or weighted by category. If that's the case, you can click this button and add the different categories and the percentage for that if you would like. So when you're done with all that, you click save. You go back to the main page. You have your stream, your classwork, all of that great and wonderful stuff. So again, this was just bare bones, short overview, basics. I know it can be overwhelming for a first-year teacher, but if you enjoyed this, I have more Google videos. You're about to see a playlist pop up for more Google stuff. You're going to have a button, one more chance to subscribe. There's links in the bottom if you would like to share this with any of your friends that might find this helpful as well. And then there's even a YouTube recommended video as well that will pop up on the screen that you can use at your discretion. So I appreciate you stopping by. As always, we appreciate it. Thank you.